heading towards G's house nestled on a tranquil hill. G drives Mordred to his house up on the hill. The surroundings are serene, with only a few neighbors residing in the area. As they approach, Mordred's eyes catch sight of numerous trees and a charming cabin-style house. G parks the car and invites Mordred inside.
Please, come on in, Mordred.
Mordred steps into the house, immediately feeling a sense of warmth and comfort. She takes a seat on the couch, stretching her legs and making herself at home.
Such a cozy place you had here. So when you turn back time, did 2G exist at the same time or what?
I think I am transferred to this world and I wasn't simply occupying G's body in this world. Instead, I was transferred here along with all my belongings, including a photo of me with my Mordred. I don't know, merge, maybe? As far as I concern, everything is still the same, nothing is wrong.
While G tended to some tasks around the house, Mordred found herself gazing at her own reflection in a nearby mirror. Despite her efforts, she couldn't quite grasp the profound feelings she supposedly shared with G. She turned her attention to G. Curiosity got the best of her.
G, do you love me so much? I mean Mordred from your world.
Yes, she is my everything.
My everything, huh? What makes her so special then?
Perhaps because we share a deep understanding, common experiences, and, well, maybe it's because we carry the same feelings within us.
As G continued to look for something, Mordred couldn't help but inquire further.
What are you trying to find?
Scrolls. They usually scatter around the place, but when I rewind the time with the power of Holy Grail, I arrive with a bunch of scrolls right next to me, organized in a bag. And that is not my scrolls from my previous singularity but instead from this world. I've used most of the scrolls when facing enemies in my original singularity.
Enemies? I thought it is only the Holy Grail.
The other master and servant.
Wait, so you were participating in the Holy Grail War?
I didn't kill the master, I only kill a servant back to the throne of heroes. With that, the Holy Grail will spawn and show itself to me.
But still you kill the servants.
Yes, but it's not as grim as it sounds. The servants I faced were heroic spirits, mere copies of the original. So, it doesn't truly count as killing.
G sits on a chair and fails to find any other scrolls inside the house.
Strangely, despite merging with G in this world, I still have my personal belongings.
Is that such a big deal?
No, it is just as I suspected, but having my personal belonging with me is something I didn't expect to have.
Maybe it is a gift, that photo of you with your Mordred.
Yeah, maybe.
So when we will be at war with other masters and their servants?
G seems to think about something else, as if he is imagining all the possibilities, routes and outcomes.
We will not battle them.
Mordred confused to hear the plan.
Huh? But why? Aren't we supposed to defeat the Holy Grail?
I've discovered the Holy Grail's location from my previous world. It will only reveal itself when the last master and servant are alive.
So you did kill the masters in your world, wasn't it?
No, they kill each other. I just wait around to finish off the last servant from the last master. And as for the master is passed out from bleeding.
I see. So, you're planning to head straight for the Holy Grail, but it won't manifest until you defeat all the other servants, right?
I have the perfect reveal scrolls come into play. They will unveil the Holy Grail, no matter the circumstances. No need to kill the servants to fill the cup.
Your scrolls are quite mysterious, aren't they?
They are just remnants of the past. Besides, we're just a week away from the Holy Grail War in Fuyuki City, the 5th Holy Grail War. For tonight, rest well, Mordred. I only have one room and the room is already prepared. I will sleep on the couch in the living room.
Mordred smirked mischievously, playfully teasing G about his gentlemanly nature.
Such a gentleman. It's no wonder Mordred in your world fell in love with you.
It was already morning, and G remained asleep on the couch. Mordred, having woken up early, decided to take charge of preparing breakfast. As she approached to wake G up, she noticed him asleep, clutching a photo of himself with Mordred from his world. Mordred sensed the depth of his love for the other Mordred and wondered if she would ever be able to find that same kind of love within herself. G's face appeared exhausted, as if he had only just fallen asleep moments ago. Instead of directly waking him, Mordred opted for a more indirect approach, creating a loud noise in the kitchen.
Huh? What happened?
G checked the kitchen and discovered Mordred busily preparing breakfast for the both of them.
Yo, morning.
Good morning.
Surprised that I can cook, huh?
Not really, I knew you can cook.
Oh, right. It seems the Mordred in your world and I share many similarities, huh? Come, let's have breakfast.
G sat at the dining table, gazing at the dishes Mordred had prepared. Suddenly, tears welled up in G's eyes, silently streaming down his face.
Did I do something wrong?
No, not at all. It's just, these dishes, they're the same ones she used to make for me in the morning. Pancakes and eggs, pudding, and tea.
Geez, you are such an emo guy.
Thank you, Mordred. Now let's have breakfast together.
They had breakfast together, and throughout the breakfast, Mordred couldn't help but steal glances at G's face, captivated by the emotions that flickered across it. After enjoying breakfast together, Mordred couldn't help but wonder about their plans for the next 7 days before the Holy Grail War.
So, what should we do until the next Holy Grail War?
Train, perhaps?
What did you do with your Mordred until the next Holy Grail War?
We spent a lot of time together in town, having fun and making memories. Something like that, I suppose.
Wow, not even 24 hours in this world and I'm already facing discrimination.
Mordred playfully teased G, showing her mischievous side.
Relax, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it seriously. So, where should we train?
Well, behind this house is a vast area of forest and trees that belongs to me. The residents here are quite far apart, so if you train with all your might, nobody will take notice.
Nice, so you're a rich boy, huh?
No, I inherited it from my late parents.
I see, so, shall we start training then?
Yes, let's get started.
They make their way to the woods behind G's house. Mordred adorns her familiar full armor and wields her claret.
What should we focus on during the training?
Your reliance on mana burst. But for this training, you won't be using your sword. I don't want you accidentally cutting down a tree and having it crash into my house.
So, what do you suggest then? A freaking push-ups?
No, we'll focus on hand-to-hand combat. You fight like a berserker, and I want you to fight like a disciplined fighter. Also use your brain to find proper techniques to defeat your opponents.
Did you just imply that I am a stupid? Besides, my style is centered around strength. I can't just abandon that.
Even a tiger doesn't rely solely on strength.
Fine, what should I do then?
Alright, follow my guidance.
G takes the lead, guiding Mordred through various training exercises to refine her techniques. Mordred feels like an amateur fighter in front of G, as if she's just scratching the surface of what she's truly capable of. Despite the exhaustion, Mordred thirsts for more.
That's enough for today. I honestly don't know what else to teach you. It seems you've absorbed everything I've learned about military combat and close quarters combat in my entire 6 years of service in just less than 6 hours. I guess this is what discrimination feels like.
Hey, what can I say? I was born to be a fighter. And a king.
That being said, I completely forgot. I don't have any women's clothes. We should go buy some for you.
Oi, call me woman one more time and I will break that tongue of yours.
Tongue doesn't have any bones in it.
Wanna test the theory?
Let's just buy some clothes for you, Mordred.
Fine.
Mordred tries to dematerialize as she normally would, but to her surprise, she can't. Typically, servants have the ability to switch into a spirit form and hide their presence, yet Mordred finds herself unable to do so.
What? Why can't I dematerialize like I usually do?
You're not just an ordinary heroic spirit, Mordred. I've told you before, you are closer to the original Mordred Pendragon who died in the Battle of Camlan. As a result, you can't do things that a typical heroic spirit can.
What a drag. You should have summoned me in the usual way.
You are 80% closer to the original. You lost a few things, but you gain a few things.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go buy you some clothes.